I was 24 years old. It was 1980. I was in an automobile accident that left me paralyzed from the waist down. I've been using hand controls for almost 40 years.
Scott was driving a ginormous Cadillac.
I love that. I looked like everyone else.
What he was able to do was transfer to the front seat from his chair and then load his wheelchair in the back.
My Cadillac had formed a crack in the windshield, and because of that, I really wasn't going anywhere more than I had to. So my independence was being limited by that. And so getting the van opened up my independence once again.
He had been driving with equipment that he was trained with back in the 80s, and so we didn't need to train him with the adaptive driving equipment. He was just switching vehicles.
There was certainly a stigma with minivans, and I didn't like that I was going to look different than everybody else. But I looked in the parking lot at work one day, and out of 10 cars, 9 of them were minivans or SUVs. So it's like, well, wait, maybe driving this van isn't going to make me stand out. Maybe I'm standing out by driving the sedan.
Scott came to us and was referred to us for what's called a vehicle modification evaluation. My role in that is to first drive with Scott and make sure the equipment he's driving with is still meeting his needs, that he's physically able to drive with this equipment, but also the pre-driving things like getting into the car and loading his wheelchair, getting out of the car and unloading his wheelchair.
Mary was wonderful. Mary responded to emails. She returned phone calls. That responsiveness was just wonderful. And it seemed like she really cared and really wanted the process to come to a successful conclusion.
The other piece for Scott is his van has been built to suit him with all the modifications that the hand controls added. We sort of go for a test drive before he ever leaves the lot to make sure everything is positioned and mounted really well, and he feels good about it and knows how to use all these new bells and whistles. Scott, he's one that sort of happily ever after. A lot of our consumers, what's nice is they're also working with different departments at Easter Seals Crossroads, so we can sort of keep tabs with them. So they may complete driving services, but they're still working with assistive technology at a job or in their home, maybe employment services. So I think we sort of as an organization do a nice job of keeping track of consumers across these different services.
Because of my wonderful experience, I'm very comfortable if my needs were to change to come back to Easter Seals.